more than a few days and weeks and even months, I think, by now. And I do apologize for that. But welcome back to Midlife Priceless. I am enjoying a cup of coffee and also making every effort to ignore and avoid these insects because I know they want me. They want me bad. They want me bad. So if you see me, if you hear spraying and all kinds of crazy stuff, it's because I'm using Skin So Soft. They now actually put Bug Guard on it. We were using Skin So Soft back in the day to keep the mosquitoes from us, and it also softened the skin. But the thing about it was in that bottle, it was a liquid and not a spray. So when you attempted to close it, it just got oily because your hands were oily. And then the lid never quite stayed shut tight enough so that you didn't have all these insects trying to, rather, the lid, I'm sorry, my mind is all over the place. I'm watching an insect behind you. In fact, here they come. Spray time. So anyway, yeah, the one in the jar was wonderful, but then it got all over you. You know what I mean? And it just made a mess. If you carried it in your bag or to the beach, it was all through the bag. It was terrible. So anyway, sorry, I'm kicking the stand by accident. Oh, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day if you're a father. And if you aren't, I'm sure you're a father to someone, and that includes the ladies. Because I find we do everybody's job more often than we may want to admit or be acknowledged for. Um, I've decided I'm going to stop saying like, subscribe, and share, and all those things. I hear they now have a hype button on YouTube, and that's fine. But I think if you like the video, it'll come to you to like it. I don't know that I have to tell you that every time, or am I being lazy? Um, I just want my hair to not be all over the place. Um, so again, happy Father's Day. I hope you're having a great day with your loved ones, and that you have a couple of minutes drive time or what have you to chat with me or let me chat with you. As you can see, I'm no longer in Florida. I now live in the Caribbean. That's the ocean behind me. And I love the view, so I thought I'd share it with you this morning. And it's slightly overcast, but not too bad. Yesterday was bright and shiny. I went swimming, just put my head under the water and floated and floated and floated and floated. It was lovely. I also started jogging again, so I jogged the beach for maybe a quarter mile. I don't even think it was a quarter mile to be honest with you, but my goal is a mile on the beach. And that means I need to find out what the total distance is on that beach. And then I'll know when I've done a mile or not. Lovely breeze, by the way, if you can't hear it. Roosters crowing, chickens clucking. Everybody's busy this morning. And there it is again. Since you've been gone. That's a hit song right now. Apropos for what I want to talk about. Since you've been gone, since I've been gone, what has been happening? Did life get better? Yes. And then it took a tragic turn. Someone very special to me died suddenly. I, I now really understand. I had a front row seat to what that feels like. Um, we talked at 6 o'clock one evening. And in the morning, well, we were supposed to talk later on that night. I didn't get a phone call, but at my age, when you go to sleep, you go to sleep. I just don't stress about things like that. So I said, I'll talk to him in the morning. I called at 8, but I didn't get an answer. No problem. By morning, I was calling because we usually talked, which is probably why you don't hear from me in the morning like you used to. Um, but we used to talk every morning over coffee, no less. Whether I was at his place, he was at my place, or just over the phone. Breakfast and coffee was the basic, and I didn't hear from him. I called and I called and I called, and he didn't answer. I sounded the alarm and asked a relative to organize a wellness check for him because it's just not like him. But, I thought it was an abundance of caution, if I'm honest, because I said, he probably left his phone at his daughter's house, or left his phone in the grocery store, or left his phone in the truck. But I knew that didn't make any sense because I had talked to him at 6 o'clock. And it's just not something he normally does. He really does keep up with his phone, like most of us. And nothing. I didn't get anything. I called back about 10 or 11 o'clock because I had been on the road traveling with my girlfriends, and we were just having a good time and going out for a sightseeing trip. I looked for a t-shirt for him. It was too short. It was a nice shirt. I love the fabric, but A, it was the wrong size, and B, even if it were the right size, it was cut up too high. And I said, he won't wear it. We come back closer to where I could get a signal down the hill, and I called again, and a lady answered the phone. So now I'm thinking, oh, what is he up to? He got company at this time. No problem. It was a Sunday, but it was still about 10 o'clock, 11, something like that. And the lady says, hi, Margaret. I said, hello. I'm waiting for her to say, here, let me go get him. She doesn't. She said, I know who it is because I saw your name come up on the phone. I said, oh. So now I'm thinking, okay, this is some little chickadee, and I'm going to have to just swallow my pride on this one. You're not married to the man. She said, I'm sorry, but Vanden is gone. I said, gone where? She said, well, he's passed. I said, what? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. That's how sudden it was. I think even before that, she had asked me about his date of birth and some other vitals. I said, is he not communicating or something? I said, why are you asking me what day his birthday is? And in my mind, I think I was thinking, oh, this is one of those times when people laugh and say, you're not that old, or, anything, other than he's gone. But he was gone. I had just moved here, and he was carrying on. Oh, I'm on my way. I'm coming. I need to get there. I want to come see the place. And I remember thinking, he's going to have knee replacement surgery. Maybe he better wait until after, and that'll give him the incentive. And when he gets here, he can really enjoy the mobility, have mobility and enjoy seeing the place. But then I started thinking his birthday's at the end of the month, so don't be so hardcore. So I was thinking, yeah, he should probably just come. And it just never happened. Just never happened. So he's gone since you've been gone. Since you've been gone. That's one thing that's happened since you've been gone, since I've been gone, since we haven't been together. I did get a wonderful job here. And I'm sorry, I'm picking all over myself because they are coming for me. They are coming for me. And I need to spray it on my arms. That's what's going on. I just hate it because, I just don't want it on me, to be frank. Oops. So since you've been gone, this mess with Claressa Shields has flared up, and I can't with her. She's just she's doing it to herself. Let's be frank. If you don't know the story, she's running around with a married man whose nickname is Papoose, and his estranged wife is Remy Ma. Claressa Shields is a boxer. And instead of Claressa focusing on her career in boxing, she's focused on this man and his wife. And it's gotten so messy, and she's become so confrontational now that even a street fighter wants to fight her, and she's talking about she's a KILLER. Young lady, stop that. If Claressa were my friend, I would have to tell her that I don't like what she's doing. I don't like her attitude. I can't support her. And you're making a mockery of your accomplishments. He was a two-time gold medalist in the Olympics. And it struck me the other day. I don't think they can revoke your medal unless there's some sort of discrepancy with your performance. But there has to be some disciplinary measure for those who bring shame to the organization. If there isn't, there should be, I think. So she has been in performance mode on social media, which is not her realm. I can't even say it's mine. I do it. But I'm not here to fight anyone or prove anything or go through any changes or put anyone through changes for that matter. But this is her realm now. Now I hear she's going to be on Zeus as a judge. And I don't even know what they're talking about on this. I don't want to know. Zeus apparently has some sort of life and strife, real, what do they call them, reality shows? Not interested. They've recruited her as a judge. What a mess. So the Since You've Been Gone theme, I guess, to keep with that, the song was remade and became the official song of the Knicks championship. Why is that important? Well, one of the artists performing the song is Remy Ma, the nemesis of Claressa Shields, self-imposed. This woman, you're already taking it to the mat with her husband. Oh, look, it's starting to drizzle. That means the bugs will go away. Thank God. They are a nuisance. But yeah, I hope the wind blows more too. It makes my coffee go cold, but that's okay. It's the insects I'm irritated with. I'm gonna move my other phone out of the rain. So it's a hit song now, Since You've Been Gone. I think that's the name. I hope I got that right, because if it's Since You Left or Since You whatever, but you get the gist of the song. Since You've Been Gone. I ran into an old friend of mine, 20 years friendship, or knowing one another. And now I have to learn something new about this individual. I want to say something here, guys, men, fathers. Slow your roll sometimes. You see how, look, what happened to the ocean? It's all gone now. Sorry, you got a glimpse of it anyway. The way that you carry yourself, and this would include papoose, love a man or where can you be? Okay, we've gone from drizzle to rain now, so I'm gonna get slightly moist. I hope not too much. but I'll keep talking. One monkey don't stop no show. Uh, if you are brutally honest with a woman and tell her you have another or you're not committed, I think you're blameless. But when you lead a woman on and make her believe that your relationship has a future, and you know in your heart that that is not at all the case, you owe it to the person and you owe it to yourself. You owe it to your peace of mind and peace within to tell them the truth. I don't think that Papoose is being completely honest with Clarissa at all. I think he's riding in her wagon and she doesn't realize she's the only mule pulling it up a hill. And that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, as it goes, so it goes. Since you've been gone, I heard from a friend of mine in Portland, Oregon, and she's probably going to watch this at some point and know that I'm talking about her. She asked me why I stopped doing videos. And I think I gave you a reason, sis, but honestly, I really don't know why I stopped doing my YouTube videos. It was cathartic for me. It's my version of immortality. I feel happier when I've done the videos. So why I haven't done them? Anybody's guess. Wow, it is really coming on down. I was going to go jogging on the beach today. It might clear up. That happens in the Caribbean or Caribbean. I'm not sure which one anymore. I hear Caribbean and then I start saying Caribbean and then someone else says Caribbean. So I think it's a matter of dialect or wherever you're from. But I'm going to listen more carefully to the West Indians. I think they say Caribbean as a rule, not an exception. So when in Rome. So on and on with this thing. I want to get back into being regularly available and regularly posting videos that you should like, subscribe, and share. And boost. I don't know what this boost thing, I got to read up on it. I have really lost pace with what's happening on YouTube's development and how to make better use of it, but I'll get to it. First things first, I got to get back on. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at my plant actually. I have celery, thyme, and a pumpkin growing in a pot. The pumpkin will not stand for being contained because you know the vine likes to crawl on the ground. So what I'll do probably is just guide it around the inside of the pot, and then when the pumpkin comes, then I'll have a pumpkin, which means the celery and the thyme need to come out of there. It's just not enough room for everybody. I bought it on the street for 5 EC, Eastern Caribbean dollars. It was a good buy because I'm telling you, they are flourishing, both of them. So for less than $3, I got 2 wonderful plants that season food beautifully. It's so good. There's another one here called Big Time. Big Time it grows like a weed. That's all I can tell you. Because I thought that I was going to use the pot that the Big Time is in because, well, it looked like it was dying. So I said, well, just let it die, in peace. And I poured some water on it. I can't remember why. And all of a sudden it just woke up. And now it's twice as big as it was when I moved in. Speaking of moving, I have to figure out how I'm going to ship my belongings. My friend and I were working on that together. You know, it's amazing how intertwined your life can become with another inside of a year. I didn't realize we were doing so many things together. And I remember him complaining once that I didn't really let him in. And I know I didn't. But when you've been through something, it's hard. It's hard to give it up a second time and trust your own judgment. For that, I have some regrets, but it's part of the life process, part of the like process, part of the love process, part of the acceptance process. More than just a notion, way more than just a notion. Look at that. And now the sun is starting to shine. You can't see it, it's up above, but the rain has stopped and it's party time for the heat. It's going to be so hot now. Oh my God. So, since you've been gone, I wish my sister would get WhatsApp on her phone. I do. And if my niece is seeing this, tell your mama to get WhatsApp on her phone and call and check on her younger sister. This is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. What else? I would like to buy a house here. And I don't want a big house. I want something very small with enough land around it so that I can build out a wraparound porch. Because I'm an outdoors kind of girl. You all have noticed that, I'm sure. If I'm not in the car, I'm sitting on the porch. If I'm not on the porch, I'm walking around in the park, something. But I want to have a garden, and I want to have, for my plants that need to come out of the pot, and I want to be able to work outside, set up an area where I can work and go from there, go about my day. But one thing at a time. I drove around looking, and I think I know the area that I prefer, but I'm not absolutely certain of that. It overlooks an inlet, a bay, I would call it. And it's a quiet little neighborhood, or so it seems. Whenever I move a place, I always go at 2 in the morning and see what's jumping off. I go early in the morning and I go late at night. It tells me everything, including the same routine for weekends and weekdays, because weekdays are typically quieter than weekends. But I want to see the revelry. What's really going to happen, because Carnival is around the corner here. And I know I haven't told you where I am. I'll tell you in a minute. But Carnival is around the corner, and I want to see how close to the revelry and volume I will be. I like Carnival, but I don't love Carnival. I like the pageantry. I like seeing the costumes. I love the music. All the things except, eh, there's a certain type of costume called Jab Jab. That thing scares the hell out of me. I just can't tell who's behind it all. It's a costume that really is motor oil on the body to turn you pitch black. And I mean, face, arms, hands, feet, everywhere. And typically there's a helmet with bull horns on it. And it is to symbolize the brutality of slavery in the Caribbean, or the Caribbean. And it just frightens me. I've been seeing it for years and I've never gotten used to that. So, to the point, if I'm going to move into a neighborhood and Jab Jab is around the corner every year, I just don't know if I can handle that. There's a song, When the Real Jab Comes Around. Oh my God. That's my nightmare. That video is an example of what nightmarish thoughts I have about Jab Jab when the real Jab comes around. So come August, it's on. It's a jabbing. It's all that to say, I am in Grenada, my second home, which I would prefer to be my first home now. I am happier here. The weather, the people, the children are delightful. They wear uniforms. There are a couple of little boys that go to school every morning, and every morning, morning, they always greet me. I just love the vibe here. Yesterday, like I said, I jogged the beach and then I went for a swim. I just put my head under. I didn't want to hear a sound. I didn't. I didn't want to hear anything. I'm so sorry that my friend isn't here. You know, when you talk to someone 4 and 5 times a day, you become accustomed to that routine faster than you know. Ooh. And I just miss talking to him. I really, really do. I really do. Didn't think that that was possible. Of course, I didn't think he'd be on the other side of life either. But I never thought that I would struggle to not talk to him. I'm just that person. He used to feel that he was not appreciated because he said, you know, it's like you don't miss anybody. You know, you're gone for 2 weeks and you come back and it's like, hey, morning. I don't mean to be obtuse or cold or uncaring. It's just I've said goodbye so many times in life. I just don't hold it anymore. I don't allow myself to hold it because it's too hard for me. It's too hard. You know, some people love too hard. I'm one of them. Way too hard. If you know any introverts like myself, you will find that is the case. And by the way, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Being an introvert does not mean that you're shy. It means that you communicate differently. We love to express ourselves through the arts in particular, writing, painting, acting. We're very good at those things in general. But we don't necessarily speak it all the time. We don't like being the center of attention. That being said, since you've been gone, I also started participating in karaoke. Yes, karaoke. Can I sing? No. People say, you have a lovely voice. I don't know if they're joshing me or what, but the bottom line is, with that microphone, you actually can't hear yourself. Now I almost understand why performers, the professional performers on stage, have earbuds in or something in their ears because they can't hear themselves. And when you can't hear yourself, can you imagine being deaf? How many times have you seen a video of a deaf person that can sing? That's crazy. Because I can't hear, I can hear and I can't hear myself. And then the bucket, listen, the note goes into a bucket and it's just banging all the way down the road. I like, oh wow. Ooh, there's a big bird. It's an osprey. They're huge. They're never up here. They usually are out at sea, but okay. What was I trying to say? Oh, so I started doing karaoke. I sang an Eric Clapton song by accident because I had mistaken the song I wanted to sing for an Eric Clapton song. So I'm going to spend this week trying to chase down that one song. I also did Nat King. I performed, I sang, I participated by attempting to sing a Nat King Cole song. What was the name of it? It's Somebody special to, what's the name of the song? If Unforgettable. Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. So that's my crooked note. But I like that song. My dad used to sing it all the time. He loved singing that King Cole and could sing it. Not just love to sing it, was actually singing it very well. I tell you, the week before, I had the audacity to sing a song by Mother's Finest. What a nightmare. I was screeching like a damn rooster at the slaughterhouse. It was, but I love this song. So I tried. The song title is I Can't Believe. I think that's what it is. I can't believe I'm in love, trying not to decide that you're the only one for me. That's a heavy song right there. I think the soloist in that song, I think her nickname was Tiny. I want to say that, not T.I.'s Tiny, not that girl. I think, though, that lady's name was Tiny. But that's a song from the 70s, back in the day. Back in the back of the day. That was a nice song. I like rock and roll. I wanted to sing the Ink Spots. That was my dad's other one. Always. I'll Be Loving You Always. I like that song. But you have to have some serious vocal discipline to pull those notes out. Sort of like Luther and Aretha. Why would you even try to sing those at karaoke? I would love to sing Prince, Purple Rain, but there's a young guy there and he always sings it. I wouldn't dare take his song. I could have done it last night because he wasn't there, but I love that song. So now the other one I would love to sing in karaoke and never will is 777-9311. By the time, that's the jam right there. That's a heck of a dancing song. Speaking of which, I haven't been dancing very much. I miss that. But can dance anytime you want, right? In the kitchen, in the yard, or wherever you are. But I do miss the partner dancing. I miss stepping a lot. That's a good time, had by all. Since you've been gone. June has become a very painful month for me. It's the month of my mother's birth and death. It is now the month of Vanden's birth and death. His birthday's at the end of the month. Can you believe that? What a mess June has turned out to be. My birthday's in May. My sister, who does not have WhatsApp, her birthday is in April. My niece, whose mother does not have WhatsApp, was born in March. March, April, May, and June. Boy, we had some financially trying times for the birthdays. Every month you're buying another gift. Good Lord. I stopped buying gifts and cards. I just find my presence and my conversation and my care will have to be enough. And if it's not enough, make it enough. I'm not doing it anymore. I just can't. These birthdays come and go so fast, and my friends and the people I really care about. Oops, I kicked the stand again. But yeah, it's so quiet and nice. That's one thing. When it rains in Grenada, everybody goes in. Everybody goes in. But I don't think the rain is finished because I'm looking at the offing. Do you know what the offing is? If you look, let's see here. Okay. So if you look just here, oops, there, I gotta get my finger right there. It's where the ocean meets the sky. It's called the offing, Offing. Whenever I see a fuzzy line, I know we're not done with the rain, because that's the rain out there. Once it turns into a solid line, I'm fairly assured of at least a good hour's worth of sunshine without the rain. And I'm not mad at the rain. If you want something to complain about, let there be no rain. Then you'll really have something to complain about. But everything here grows so fast. Grenadians call Grenada greens. It's a sort of a nickname. And truly, the place is so green, it's ridiculous. I went to Antigua when I went to Antigua in May, and it was so brown. Oh my goodness, they needed rain so badly. I know they have great wind and great sailing there, but man, for the flora and fauna, I found it tragically lacking. With one caveat, I haven't been there for a solid year, so maybe I was just there at the wrong time of the year. But Grenada is green all the time. This is one of the few places you'll find you're driving around, mangoes in the road. There's so many of them. They're everywhere. I mean, they look like bulbs ready to drop, and they drop, which means the fruit flies come. Have mercy. Tamarind trees. Tamarind in the road, tamarind in the grass. Tamarind, tamarind, tamarind. If you have never had tamarind balls, tamarind sauce, you have really missed it. Find a friend from Trinidad or somewhere in the West Indies where it's a popular food item. They will hip you to the game. That you cannot beat tamarind for anything. It's good on chicken. It's good on curried foods. It's good on bread. It's just good. And if you taste it, something in you will say, you know, I've had something similar to this before. And I don't know what it is that's so similar, but the first time I had tamarind, I thought, wow, it's a familiar taste. Not the same taste, but a familiar one. So that's about it. Stop, bug. Don't you see me talking to people? So sorry, I keep kicking the stand. My fault. So that's about it. I mean, you know, the Diddy saga continues. Oh, something I wanted to talk about this morning. Do you remember one time I did a video about Redemption Song? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put it in the description so you can go and check that out. I did that, I think it was Good Friday, Easter of 2024, something like that. And I was talking about the Metcalf situation, the Metcalf boy and the Carmelo Anthony case, where the Carmelo Anthony was just recently sentenced to 35 years in prison for offing the Metcalf boy. I can't think of his name, forgive me. Since then, the father has had a rant in social media, 30 minutes, calling Carmelo Anthony all kinds of names. People are divided about whether or not he should have gone to jail, got too much time, didn't get enough time, or just there being an all-white jury, all the things that could. There's nothing about this case that has satisfied anything, but I found the irony of my comments from a couple of years ago. They've aged well, actually. I feel the exact same way I did at the time. I feel it's a tragedy. I feel there's no justice to be had. There isn't. A boy is dead. And I'm sorry that the father has decided to make it about race, because I often wonder, if it was a white boy that killed a white boy, then what would you be saying? So this isn't really appropriate to make it about race. If it was a hate crime, I would understand that this is indeed a race issue, but that's not what it was. I don't think. I hope. Uh, we'll see what happens next. Since you've been gone, Peabo Bryson died. I loved hearing Peabo Bryson, and I knew about Peabo Bryson long before Disney put him on Front Street and made him the voice of Beauty and the Beast. Beautiful song. A whole new world. See, I've been doing karaoke, so now I think I can sing anything. But I loved hearing Peabo Bryson sing. Loved him, his voice. It's truly unique. Since you've been gone, the Obama Center opens as recently as this week, in fact. I'm so proud of him, and I'm so happy that that center brought people together, namely the living presidents, save one. And I'm so happy that the save one didn't show up. Why? He has a way of ruining everything and making it all about him. True narcissist. Narcissus. President Narcissus. It has a ring to it, doesn't it? So Chicago has, and you know what I saw? They have a basketball court. You know, Obama loves basketball. I'm surprised he didn't turn up at the Knicks game, but I guess he was a little bit busy with his opening his center. But it has a basketball court. I love that. Regulation size basketball court, I might add. A friend of mine, before he got into politics, actually used to play basketball with him. You know, these things are biting me. Like, I know you can't see it, but I mean, my whole lower arm is starting to get welt. Don't like that. And it's itching. So the more you scratch it, the redder it gets, you know? Since you've been gone, you know, I love shoes and clothes, and I had to come here with 3 suitcases in the interim while I wait for my other things to come. And I'm here to tell you it is painful. I need my clothes, baby. Mama needs her clothes. I'm so tired of the same 7 outfits. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should speak to that fills the gap since you and I were together. Not really, you know. But I'll come back to you with some thoughts, and I'll be more current. I just thought I would warm up, as they say, and get back on YouTube and so on. Hopefully, in the months to come, you'll see my weight going down. I really need to drop 20 pounds. People say, oh, you're already small. Well, that's visually maybe, but, you know, I'm rocking 170 pounds. I don't look like it. I'm just solid weight. My mom was like this. She'd step on the scale and then have her step off, and they'd reset it to 0 and put my mother back on it. And my mother just look at them like, yeah, I am this heavy. Can we stop this, please? My mother was very heavy, but she was no bigger than a minute. It's amazing the things you inherit. All right, well, I'm rambling now. So I'm going to go. You have a wonderful Father's Day. Don't forget to tune in for the next edition. And take care of yourself. Continue to do so. And I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.